Good evening. We have a slight change to our regularly scheduled programming and this episode. I'm going to take you through the 5 weeks of challenge from Boxing Day with Patricia. Welcome to Peugeot Land. This is Patricia. You might remember her from previous episodes. She's my Aunt May's 2008 307cc. And she's a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest. She is taking young Kenny to school. I am still new to this, and she is really testing my resolve, let's say. The story begins on Boxing Day. I was on the way home from the missus when I saw Patricia at the side of this road, broken down. Immediately I thought, has she dumped her coolant again? But no, she had a dead battery and decided to give up on Christmas Day evening. It took 3 hours on jump leads for my Aunt May and her partner to start Patricia. You might remember this from the previous video. Apparently, before I ordered parts for it, apparently a low battery can throw up loads of basically error codes and stuff. So I'm charging the battery, removing the error codes, take the thing out for a long drive, top up the battery and stuff. All of this, unfortunately, was in vain because 4 hours later, New Year's Eve, she did it again, stranding my Aunt May on the way to the pub to meet us all to celebrate New Year's Eve. This was where Patricia sat all New Year's Day while I tried in vain to charge up a battery, which, unfortunately, even if brand new, was not powerful enough for the actual car. It eventually took a new battery from Halfords.
Oh, thank God. Got one.
Unfortunately, Patricia still would not start. We managed to get her off this busy road into the side street where we tried in vain to start her. Unfortunately, new battery, old coil pack, Patricia protested, and this was the result. Actually, that was a little bit dramatic. This was the result, but it was still pretty sketchy at the time. We managed to get Patricia back, and I set to work. I've been here for 5 hours trying to sort her out. I've gone through PSA, PSA startup, BSI clear. She had a new coil pack, new spark plugs. Finally, you can restart an engine after it's caught on fire. Not even a mechanic. So basically, after all that work, going through the PSA guide, going through the BSI clear and relearn and all of that rubbish, I'll learn the technical terms, I promise. What actually happened was the fuel pump fuse had blown, which is pretty decent and handy, because if it hadn't, this video might be real. Right, so what do we have to do today? So today is not about repairs, today is about teaching. We need to teach Patricia her fuel trim levels and let her figure it out for herself, which is going to involve a bit of a idle test, drives, but we'll see how we get on. Here we go. So if you can see there, we've got ABS warning light, ESP warning light. That's the mileage of the car, which isn't too bad considering it's like 18 years old. Oh, and I've got another job to do. Set the clock. Right, so that's cold idle done. We've actually waited about 8 minutes. Now I have got to take her out. So short, gentle drive, first cycle, drove around 5 to 10 minutes in low gear, keeping RPMs below 2,500 and speeds under 30. Well, it's a good job it's a bloody Sunday, to be honest. Avoid hard acceleration, full throttle or engine braking. Let the engine reach normal operating temperature. Then I've got to stop and rest, park the car, turn the engine off and let it sit for 60 to 90 seconds. This allows ECU to log the final fuel trims from that run. So here we go. And Patricia, please do not break down or cause me any drama. I do not need it today. So let us go. My hometown. So let's see what we can see on the way. Not much at the moment. It's actually quite hard in this to keep it at 2,500 revs because she does move the rev. But hopefully by the end of this we'll have sorted it. Right, we'll stop to get some fuel. She's not too bad. She's getting there. See what we have. Oh, thought we had an engine light there. ESP, ABS. Oh, Patricia! Annoying. Right, let's go for another little drive. So all I'm doing is completing all of the steps of the PSK guide just to the intervals that it's recommending as well. Yeah. Tell you what I'm noticing, that suspension, she does have a suspension issue. The engine mounts are terrible as well, but we will get onto them. That's going to be another episode actually. We will do that one in a few weeks if we can. In the future, we'll see what comes our way in between then. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but this is the lovely town of Corby in Northamptonshire. Little rural ex-industrial town. I say ex-industrial town because most of the industry is gone. It's basically just warehouses. That's about it, to be honest. There isn't really much here at the moment. Warehouses and services. But it's a great little town. I've lived here for years, as well as London. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. The people are fantastic as well. Great people in Corby. Right, I've popped you back on for a moment because you have to witness the death rattle, so you can see and hear hopefully exactly what I am. Right, so what I've done is at the moment I've followed all the PSA process. I've been driving around. I've done some. I've stopped, let it rest for a minute for 60 to 90 seconds. I do need to do one more stop and turn the actual car off for a bit, just so she can store kind of all of the new fuel trim data to her computer. But we'll do that in a moment. First, we are going to see and feel the death rattle. Can you hear it? expect to see it or hear it properly, what we need is like a really good kind of piece of road, which is quite difficult in Corby because the roads are absolutely terrible here. But we are driving to kind of the newest road in Corby. Oh, there we go. Can you hear what it is the sound of what I expect are those track rods. We'll have a look in a minute, but here we go. This is the smoothest road in Corby. Go on, Terry Tesla, get past. Whoa, feel this? Feel it? Can you see it? The camera's shaking. I'm doing 48 miles an hour in assembly. Right. Wait till I turn towards the left. So what I've done now, turn to the left, I've taken my foot off the accelerator. Which means it possibly isn't just track runners. Can you hear that knocking? Let's try again. How did you get that working? They normally by the side of the road. Suspension, this is absolutely choppy. Patricia has woken up. I cannot believe it. She has properly woken up. I can feel I've got some... Well, we'll see when we get back, shall we? But the throttle response is quite good. It's better than it was when I first started it. Hello, so that's back from the first one. So short, gentle drive. We ended up driving kind of a little bit further than a short, gentle drive, but we kept it under the revs, 2,500 to 3,000. Speeds under 30 mile per hour for the first 10 to 15 minutes. Just until I went to the garage and put some more fuel in there. But what we've also done as part of that is optional light load exercises. So once the idle is stable, which it feels like she kind of is, she is getting back to being stable. It says you can do a few gentle revs to 3,000 to 3,500 in third or fourth gear. So we've done that kind of. We've done that a few moments ago, just a couple, and you'll see some video from that. Now turn the engine off and let it sit for 80 to 90 seconds. This allows ECU to log the final fuel trims from that run, so that's what we're going to do. So we've done the drive, we have sorted out the fuel trims. Now we are going to try and sort out the ESP light. So I've been doing some research on it, and apparently I'll read through it with you in a moment so I get it all kind of completely right. But we've had a new battery, we've had some new, we've had battery issues, we've had coil pack issues, we have had spark plug issues, we have had in general voltage issues, so we'll sort those out. Apparently to fix that, it would be good to basically recode and readjust, realign the steering, and I can do that with my new little Foxwell tool. So I'm going to have a little bash at that, and I'm going to see if it works, and then I'm going to take her for a drive. I'm going to clear all the codes first, I'm going to take her out for another drive, and we will see if that fixes it. It would be nice before I completely redo the front suspension, rear springs, to basically eliminate some electrical faults, because this thing has a mixture. It's got electrical faults, not faults, gremlins, electrical gremlins, like hangovers. Very, very British. It's got a hangover from the battery chaos. So we'll sort that out first, and then we'll get on to the real mechanical kind of issues, which is mainly the suspension, to be fair. She is actually a lovely car. I do actually, for all my complaining, I do actually like this car. It is nice. It is a nice car. I'm trying to save her because she's a lovely car, and I want to run him pretty well for my Aunt May. Right, so we don't want to do a quick scan on this. Apparently we're going to be very specific, because we are going to diagnose properly, and I've been trying to read up on the manual on this and do my research on it so I can do it properly. I didn't buy it, it was a Christmas present, but I didn't ask for this piece of kit just to use it like a 20 quid Chinese scanner. So we're going to do some proper diagnosis on it. I am an absolute newbie to it, so I'll be learning on screen and you can see what I'm doing. But apparently no quick scan, no going in. We're going to be very specific, so let's see. We need the anti-lock braking system, ABS, or electronic stability program. So let's go in there. Braking system for, yeah, I know. Right, so function is inhibited above 1 kilometer. Yeah. As emergency braking assist and electronic brake force distribution function are no longer available. For safety reasons, ECU cannot maintain communications with the Foxwell tool when the vehicle has been... Yeah, that's alright, I'm not going to do it. Don't worry. Do not worry about that. Health and safety. We are British. We invented health and safety to stop everyone doing work. Personal opinion, but absolutely fucking true. Excuse my language. I need to try and stop swearing more. Right. Stop swearing more. Stop swearing. I need to just stop swearing. Okay. Let's have a look. Should show left front ABS sensor, right rear ABS sensor as being faulty, and should show ESP codes. Should. We'll see what we get. I turned you off just as it came on. Oh yeah, there we go. Right, so yeah, they're permanent faults. Yep, front left hand wheel speed sensor signal fault coherence. Rear right hand wheel speed sensor signal fault coherence. Rear right hand wheel speed sensor. You can read it on there. Signal fault, short circuit positive. Short circuit positive, or short circuit to earth, or open circuit. Right, so this is why I'm doing what I'm doing today, because that might be battery induced, low voltage, chaos induced. So we're going to see if we can get rid of that first and see if we actually need these two, which unfortunately I've already ordered. But if I don't need them, they're going back and getting swapped for a part that I do need. So what else have we got? Fault stop lamps, switch signal coherence intermittent. Right, we will ignore that one and we will focus on the permanence. Right, so next step, I'm going to adjust the steering, because apparently the steering, if you've got low voltage or your battery keeps going flat, you keep jump starting the bloody thing, or charging it up, it runs flat all the time. You're just introducing like gremlins kind of into the system. The system doesn't know which way is up. Right, yeah, so what it's telling me is kind of, so it's saying to me the diagnostics from those error codes, it's saying that the steering is all confused. It says if we had left front ABS sensor and like 2 rear ABS sensors out and voltage stuff, it said you may as well buy a lottery ticket, because the chances of that are impossible. So what I think that's happened is the steering geometry, not the actual geometry, real life steering geometry, the computer's basically wigging out. It's talking to the sensor. The sensor's thinking that the input that we're putting into the steering is not being met by the car, and it's wigging out, basically, technical term. But I do have some technical terms because I want to make sure that I share what and why I'm doing this. So here we go. Are you sitting comfortably? We shall begin. why battery chaos breaks ESP, and why mechanical wear still matters. So ESP, what ESP actually is. So ESP stands for Electronic Stability Program. ESP is not a single sensor or component. It is the system that constantly compares information from multiple sensors to decide whether the car is behaving as the driver intends. What I just said, basically, layman terms. These include wheel speed sensors, ABS, where we've got fault codes, steering angle sensor, yaw rate sensor, lateral acceleration sensor, brake pressure sensor, engine torque request from the ECU. Remember about engine mounts that are shagged as well. ESP continually asks, based on the steering input, vehicle speed, and vehicle wheel rotation, should the car be doing this? And what we think is the computer is saying, nah, it shouldn't, but the car's okay, it will drive. It's just, it has got some issues, but unrelated. So, what happens during battery chaos? When a battery repeatedly goes flat, is jump-started, or experiences voltage drops, the electrical system becomes unstable. During these events, different sensors reboot at different times. Some sensors default to stored or incorrect values. Now, we're getting stored, well, we're not getting stored, we're getting permanent, so we'll see what happens. Others briefly lose signal or reference voltage. The ESP module then receives data that does not agree with the inputs or what it's expecting to see. For example, steering angle says the wheel is turned, wheel speed say the car is going straight, your sensor data does not match either of them, and it goes, has a meltdown. When these values cannot all be true at the same time, the system flags a fault. Don't worry, you won't need a cup of tea for this, or a tea break, pee break. The steering angle sensor is especially sensitive to low voltage. We've had low voltage for 2 months, maybe more, maybe longer actually, because it was a shit, well, it wasn't a shit battery, probably 2 under voltage for the car. Get into that in a bit. Yeah. The steering angle sensor is especially sensitive to low voltage. It relies on a known straight ahead reference. If voltage drops while the system is active, the sensor can lose or store an incorrect zero position. After battery problems, the car may think straight ahead is actually turned, or that the driver is steering when they're not. ESP then believes the car is not following the driver's intention and intervenes, triggering ESP and or ABS warnings, which we have. This is why a steering angle sensor reset is essential after battery replacement or prolonged voltage problems. Why the faults can appear at random wheels. Low voltage can cause momentary signal dropouts from wheel speed sensors, particularly at low speeds. The ABS module may log faults on different wheels at different times, often diagonally opposite corners, which we have. It's that one, and it's that one. This pattern often looks illogical, but it is a classic sign of voltage-related instability rather than multiple simultaneous sensor failures. This is what you need to hear. So I've been pissing about with this, trying to fix it. Even after fitting a new battery, the ESP system does not automatically reset itself. Stored offsets, implausible correlations, and fault-limited modes can remain active until the voltage is stable, the faults are cleared, the steering angle is recalibrated. That's what we're going to do now, and then we're going to clear the faults, and we're going to go for a drive. Without these steps, warning lights may persist even though the battery problem has been resolved. Mechanical wear can still be 100% real, so electrical faults do not cancel out mechanical realities. So if I clear them, I take it for a drive, and we still get faults on a sensor, they're real. And thankfully, I've got 2 on my dining room table. Symptoms such as excessive movement during the 9.3 wheel test, knocking over small bumps, rattling when lifting off the throttle while turning, movement during the 6.12 wheel test, we had a little bit of that. All point clearly to one suspension and steering components. These include inner track rods, track rod ends, anti-roll bar bushes, drop links, engine mounts and springs. In this case, the electronics were confused, but the suspension was genuinely tired. So, scanner's telling us the car's confused. The suspension told us the car was tired. Both are true, just not for the same reason. So we're going to tackle diagnostics first, then we're going to do the oily bits in a minute. So using the diagnostic tool allows you to calm the electronics first, then fix the mechanical issues with confidence instead of guesswork. That's what we're going to do.
All right, here we go. You are gonna watch it with me. So we want steering wheel angle sensor information. Brake switches and relay. Right, yeah, that one. Status of steering wheel angle sensor. Good condition. Calibration of the steering wheel angle sensor. Calibrated, adjusted. Right, steering wheel angle. So that's all in. Right, we want to look. Okay. Steering wheel angle minus 11 degrees. Direction of steering wheel rotation is left, right. Right, here we go. Let's see. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? That's it. 307 can. Yes, we can. Here we go. Analog braking system or electronic stability program. Controls under the steering wheel. Select the control module. What do I want? 1 second. Right, we're in. The sun's actually come out. British weather doesn't know what it wants to do today. Right, so it is the ABS electronic stability program, NTAR. Yep, here we go. Error, error, error. Stop, stop, stop. Do not wig out, Patricia. I'm trying to fix you here, girl. Special functions. That is what I was looking for. That's why I had to pause you. Pack repair. Pack repair? It is pack repair. Apparently it's badly translated French. So it's Del Boy. So pack repair. Spare part. Yep. Calibration of the steering wheel angle sensor. That is it. Longitude acceleration sensor calibration. Right, we're doing number 1. Calibration of steering wheel angle sensor. That is what we're doing. And apparently I've got to... Right, ESP functions... I know. Stop telling me. Right. Steering wheel angle sensor must be calibrated if the toe-in is adjusted, if the ESP of the steering wheel switch module is replaced, when work is carried out on the steering column or steering column support, or if a fault occurs when the steering wheel angle sensor... Yes, that's it. Calibration impossible fault appears. Validate to continue. Continue. Before starting the calibration procedure itself, ensure that the wheels are in a straight line position. Yes. For this, there are 2 possible methods: driving in a straight line, blah 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 blah. You can read it on the screen. Vehicle must be stationary after being driven. Oh, it's been driven. It's fine. Right. Okay. Fig says okay. Do you wish to start the calibration? Yes, I do. Calibration's been successful. Clear the faults and read the faults. What? Clear the faults and read the faults. The fault steering wheel angle sensor fault should no longer appear. Check that the 0 position of the steering wheel has been set by driving for 1 or 2... Right, we're going for a drive, folks. And round bends, having disconnected the Foxwell tool. The fault warning light should no longer come on. During the road test, there is no need to cause ESP regulation. Press on validate to return to main. Okay, validate. Sweet. Okay, so we're done. Right, we're back in. I am loving this because it is geeky. But before we clear the codes, let's have a look. So I've recalibrated the steering wheel. You just saw that. So let's go back in. Let's have a look at the angles. Yeah, see, we're still getting that error live, but we're going to clear that in a minute and we're going to go for a drive. So yeah, okay, sod off with one's health and safety. Come on. Right, we want live data. We know the codes exist. Yeah. Come on. Come on, as Clarkson would say. Steering wheel angle sensor information. Oop, oop. Look at that figure. Look at that figure. Dead on 0. And we're not jumping left to right. Oh. Feel an Ace Ventura moment coming. Oh. Whoa, no failure detected by the ESP. Right, we need to clear some codes and we need to go for a drive. So let's do this. Vic says we're gravy and we may have avoided a steering angle sensor repair. That might have actually worked. So it's a good job. I'm willing to waste some time and try this stuff in the interests of learning. So we're going to read codes on the ABS and ESP. Let's see what happens. Right, we know, but we are going to erase ignition on and engine not running. Ignition on and engine not running. No, engine's running. Oh, right, okay. Right, engine on. Not running. There we go. Yes. Yes. I'm sure I have to have the engine running. Coast cleared! Whoop whoop. Right. I did that last time though and it still didn't work. But I didn't do that steering reset thing. Right, so I've got to turn the car off. We've got to get out for a minute. Right, let's go for a drive. Let's see if these ESP and ABS warning lights are off. Right, here we go. Short drive. So far, so good. So far, so good. Right, so we've just got to do a short drive and turn left, turn right. That's basically it. That's all we're doing. Oh, good God, that suspension. Well, you'll get fixed tomorrow. You're having a full makeover, my dear. Right, where shall I take it? Do you know what? I'm going around the block. It's quite green, Corby is. Everyone thinks it's a really industrial town. It actually isn't. Because 5 or 10 minutes from Corby, in every direction, are some of the most beautiful villages in Britain. And it is literally 5 or 10 minutes drive. Whoa! That suspension. Shit, it's a good job I'm fixing it. It's actually getting worse. The last time I drove this, so that's tomorrow's job. You're going to see that. It's not all diagnostics, just me on camera. Let's get her up to 70. She's back. The throttle response is great, so the relearn worked. Sweet. Brakes work when we haven't got that rattle. So my brake repair did okay. Oh Jesus H. She is shaking like a 1980s twin tub. Alright. We're just doing some short drives. Left and right. God, they're finally fixing this road. Where is this, Corby? Quite green. Nice little town. The worst thing is I'm not even driving over any potholes. so good. We'll get back, we'll turn the car off. I do have to do some engine mounts, but I'm waiting for the weather to... It says it's gonna chuck it down in an hour, and it's gonna take me more than an hour to do the engine mounts. I've done them once before on my car, but I'm still not 100% confident, and this is a slow down car, which is gonna be fun. But yeah, right, so far so good. Enough of me. Right, so I'm back. I've just turned her off a minute just so she can store the codes. Well, store the drive. So hopefully it should be alright. Oh, look at that. I'm supposed to do engine mounts. British weather. Right, I need to wait here 30 seconds. Right, we're back in. So what we should find, if this has worked, we should have a real code in here now. If we've got the same codes, square one. Alright, so let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. Please wait. Reading the Commodore 64. Right, here we go. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Fingers crossed, come on. Do we have the same ones, or do we have a... Oh, come on. Right, so we've got two. Oh, the left one's gone. Oh, brilliant. Right, so the rear right hand, so the rear one is kaput. That is kaput. CI 3, what's that, 387? Intermittent, wheel speed sensor, dormant, fault coherence. Yep, we have a dead ABS sensor on the rear right hand wheel. Yes, the rear right hand wheel. Right, okay, I have one of those on the kitchen table. Dining room tables. Yeah, dining room table. So we are good. Right, so that one does need fixed. So I do need to do that one. And I've got to do the spring on the rear, so I can do that at the same time. Legends. Right, we shall fit that, and we will see what happens afterwards.